Alright, was lucky enough to get a royal cricky. Woo! Let's see what I get. Let's go, let's go. Money. But I'm doing so well with money now. We have our giant sugarcane farm. We have our cocoa bean farm. We have our grinder farm. Hello. And we even have our blaze grinder. We've kind of consolidated everything. Yeah. Oh man, actually, we should be able to upgrade to level 100. Let's get that island upgraded. Okay, let's get to level 100. When did we get 100? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Skyblocky Sun on the Siblings Den channel. My name's Wingless, and yeah, we already got to level 100. I wanted to record upgrading it, but I have a partner on this island that decided to do it ahead of time. Not a problem. It helps us out. You'll see that we've changed a little bit, and I'll go over it really quickly and do something similar that I did last time, where how do we get to level 100 in about 10 days? Technically today is 11, but basically we had the resources to do it yesterday. We just kept focusing on other builds and other consolidations we wanted to do, and we wanted to just go through it and give you kind of like the pros and cons as to like why you would do something, why would you not do something, and go from there. And I'll start from the beginning on what we did at the start, and then go from there and what do we still have to move forward. Hopefully this will be something that'll help you out in deciding how to move forward in future build and in future island productions and what you want to do. Each season has its own challenges, this season being how do you get as much credits without trading with other people. So we'll go over things this season, see how it compares from last season, and go from there. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Woo! In this area, this is pretty much where we started. We built our farms at the bottom of our island and started just dealing with what it is that we needed for our island upgrade. So you'll see that we have a giant field in the back. We have our little like pumpkin patches. Both of these were other crops before, so that used to be wheat, and then we converted it to carrots. And then we went from melons to pumpkins because that's kind of what we needed with the island upgrade. We then did a vertical farm for netherworts because we knew that we needed netherworts, and we were testing out a one chunk netherworts farm up and down. All of them have their own pros and cons, and if you'd like to know about those, check out the other videos. But basically all these were the starting points of getting all of the island upgrades that we needed and how we were going to handle them moving forward. So if you check out island upgrades, you'll see that we were one step away from spawner rates, which involves us needing to deal with killing the guardians. So that's going to be our next step. We've maxed out the crop sale multiplier. So now for crops specifically, it is a 5 times multiplier, which is great, especially with the sugarcane farm that we have. That helps a lot, really getting a lot more money and mileage out of that rather than just what the grinders are providing. I'll talk about it a little bit later. The island size, we only went one step higher. We really don't need that much space. There's more than enough. We could go bigger if we had other projects or just things we want to build. That might be the case, but even then, we have more than enough space. But if we wanted to, we'd have to deal with beetroots, which I hate. Is the worst farming thing to deal with. And then later on, we'll deal with pumpkins if we wanted to. But you can see already that we've got the requirements for melon as well as the requirements for netherworts. Crop growth, same thing. We're waiting to deal with the guardians to deal with them, but otherwise we're already at 40% chance double growth. Other than that, the next one is 50%. It's not that big of a step, but once we have it, we're definitely going to spend the 25 million just for that. This is still worth it, especially if you're still dealing with a lot of crops. Our spawner stacks, we could go all the way higher, but at this point we don't need to. We're already at 250 max stack size, but if we wanted more, we could go forward for sure, as we've destroyed the amount of blazes on this island. We're at 1 million. Wow, we're at 1 million blazes killed. Redstone, we've upgraded max. We just wanted it for what we were doing, as obviously this will be needed if you're going crazy like for the sugarcane farm, but otherwise this might not be useful for everyone if you're not looking to do redstone building. Last but not least, hoppers. This one's interesting. Trying to get these upgraded was a little particular. It's possible to just mine the iron from your cave when they spawn. You might not have it at some point. If that's the case, you might have to do it in PvE. Otherwise, it is possible to get a block of iron ore and just mine it over and over and over again, if you're able to find that. It's rare, and I don't actually know how you're able to get them, but some people tend to sell it on 8H on auction house, so I mean, if you find it, that'd be good, but that's only if you need hoppers, and a lot of them. So it's up to you if you need to deal with that. And that's pretty much it. That was the reasons for a lot of these things. And then we realized we really wanted to centralize things because we wanted to have all of their functions work at the same time. But these are there if we wanted to do quickly additional cache and then go from there. But let's go see what we've done afterwards, consolidating a lot of our farms and our production. Just a quick side note as well, especially for our shard collecting, we have our shard cobblestone path that we go back and forth on this with our golden pickaxe. If you want more of the details as to how to improve your collection shard needs, take a look at the last video I did. It really outlines how to help you get a lot more shards every 10 minutes or so at a higher rate if you have the proper equipment and the proper tools for it. So take a look at that if you haven't had a chance. And this is us consolidating a lot of our farms and a lot of our items that we need and use on a regular basis. We ended up building this giant, and I mean tall, sugarcane farm. We wanted to see how much money it was making and how to set it up. You'll notice that we have the hoppers connected to the collection box and not the collection box on its own to pick up all of the sugarcane. The reason for this is that when they get dropped, they're not being picked up by the collection box, and actually you need crop hoppers. This is one instance where the crop hoppers are very useful. Not all of these are crop hoppers, some are just regular hoppers, and that's why we had to up the limit. But the ones that are closest to the farm, indicated in like the batches of like 5 or 7, we put those there to pick up anything that gets broken off from the sugarcane, and those will get picked up, but they won't get picked up from collection boxes. It's been noticed that certain items and certain farm objects, when broken off, do not get picked up by a collection box. So this is a unique situation where a collection box is not as useful as a crop hopper, and thus has a lot of usefulness as well. We use ore hoppers along our cobblestone generator to just pick up the cobblestone on the side. So that's another thing where it's just better to use those rather than just have a waste a collection box picking up cobblestone, and just other methods to utilize everything that you have. Mob hoppers as well if you're just looking for picking up stuff from blazes, for example. So depending on what it is that you're trying to do or how you want to set up your farm or your collection, a hopper connected to a chest or a hopper connecting to a collection box might end up being better than a collection box on its own. Do a bit of investigation depending on what you want to do, and I believe that it'll help you out a lot. Lastly, we ended up just getting our guardian farm grinders, just attacking the guardians over there. We have our farm, which will end up upgrading to a bedrock, so that's why this boy has all of the space that's needed. And then we have our, when we need to grind and we're waiting on stuff, we end up having the blazes as well to gather all of the experience that we need. Right there, Chestplater has been busy as well as we have been, reaching up past our level 100. Woo! So it's been great, and this is what we've been working on at this time, just consolidating things. And there's other things we want to maybe look into, but you'll just have to wait and see on what it is that we do next. And that's pretty much it for this episode. Really want to wrap up just the level 100 level 100 in about 10-11 days. Basically, this was a little bit harder this season rather than last season because of a lot of the stuff that ended up happening with credits being limited to only on the farms. But if you're focused and you have your setup, you can do it even as a solo player. Obviously, I have the luxury of having a partner who also spawns Coco, the polar bear, while I have Raphael, the turtle. We end up working on grinding and getting a lot of the stuff we needed this season. These pets has helped us a lot with the shards. Again, take a look at the video regarding that, as well as a lot of the focus of just moving forward. So be sure to take a look at that, see what's needed. But if you have any questions on what we did, and if there's anything that's still confusing, just boop a comment in the comment section, let us know, and we'll be glad to help out and see what we can do. Already, there's been a few people that have commented, lots of the recent subscribers. I want to thank everyone who has been subscribing. We're looking close to getting 500 subscribers. I'm really happy about that, and looking to the next milestone of 1,000. But I appreciate all of the support that we've been getting, and we're looking to do a lot more, myself and Morticia and a lot of other partners that I'm looking to work with in the coming weeks and months while the channel grows to its point. So if you've got any comments, you got any questions, you got any suggestions, if you like Raphael, let us know. we'd appreciate it. With that, wonderful, wonderful night, wonderful day. Have a good one. Be safe. Appreciate all of you. Have a good one. Bye. Petting the turtle. Gotta pet the turtle. Do 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 do. Turtle petting. Woo.